Hi guys, so I thought I would do a video today kind of guiding you through the cancer journey as much as I know. When I was diagnosed with cancer, you have so many different doctors and they don't really tell you things you need to know. And so that's what I'm going to do in this video. Things you need while you have cancer and kind of the order that you're going to go through, just so you kind of have an overview of what cancer is going to do. I specifically have breast cancer, so that's what I'm talking about today. I have triple negative breast cancer. It has been removed. I have done my chemo, and I'm starting my radiation. So I'm kind of at the end of the line here. Thought we could just chat like friends. I'm drinking some hot chocolate. Okay. So first thing when you're diagnosed, you're gonna go, after they've done the scans and everything, you're gonna go meet your oncologist. That's the doctor that's gonna be kind of managing your care. And then she'll be the one in surgery with you along with the breast doctor. So that's their main thing. And your oncologist you're gonna meet with every time you go get chemo. So your chemo lasts, I think 6 months. So I did blood work, I saw my oncologist, and then I did my chemotherapy. They have to make sure you don't have a fever. They have to make sure that your enzyme levels, your iron levels, all your levels look good, your white blood cell count, all that look good. If any of those things are off, you do not get treatment that day. They just tack it on to the end. I had a fever one time, so we weren't able to do it that day. And then I think one time my white blood cell count was down, but I also have 7 chronic illnesses. So my white blood cells are kind of crazy. So the one thing they did do is put me on iron as soon as I started. I don't know if that's a typical thing or if I was low in iron, but they did put me on iron. So what you're gonna do after you see all your doctors, you do your blood work, doctor, chemotherapy, you're gonna sit in the chemotherapy chair and they basically are gonna scan your bracelet, ask you your name and birth date, and then you're gonna have a thing called a port put in. Before you start chemo, you can feel it a little bit under the skin. You can use some cream to numb it before you go to chemotherapy, or they will offer you ice. I have a high tolerance for pain, so I let them just stick it in. It's 2 little bitty needles kind of things, and they just go right in here, and that's how your medicine gets transported to you. So they're gonna put the little medicine tube, the tube, and they're gonna put it on your arm right here, and then it's gonna go up to your stand, and it's on rollers, and your bags are hanging. You can go to the bathroom. They bring around snacks. If your place doesn't, bring a snack, because when I was there, my treatment lasted about 3 hours. Luckily, I have a mom who's retired. She went to every single appointment with me. She never missed one. So I had someone to talk to. I brought my iPad. They usually will have a television there that you can use with earphones. So you're or bring a book, just kind of bring something for you to do for 3 hours, because I've been there before with nothing. My phone died, and it is excruciating to be there for 3 hours with nothing to do. So I'm glad I had my mom to talk to. Now, during chemo, everyone that I ever saw always had a person with them. I don't know if you're not allowed to drive. Afterwards, no one told me that. Or just the majority of people have someone go with them to chemo. I mean, every person I saw had someone with them except for once, and her mom came later. So your nurses are gonna be really sweet. You can get up and go to the bathroom with your little cart. You just wheel it with you. So you're gonna do your first 2 treatments, and after the second treatment, your hair is gonna start falling out. So I had hair down to here, and I did not want to lose my hair that long in big, long pieces. I felt like that was going to upset me a lot. So what I did, I just went in the bathroom by myself. I put my hair on top of my head and I just cut. And I had like hair to here. And I just started wearing my scarves then. After your second treatment, your hair is gonna start falling out, and then immediately it's gonna start itching. You're gonna get like really itchy. It's really painful. So what I did, and you could just go to like Supercuts or whatever, but I went to my place that I get my massage, and my massage therapist had it set up to where I was in a private room with one of the hairdressers, and he shaved my head. I didn't cry like I thought it was going to, but you want to get that hair out of there so it will stop hurting, because it really does hurt. So after that, I started wearing scarves every day. I don't let anyone see my bald head. I don't know why I do it on YouTube, but in the wild, like life, people outside of my house do not see me without a scarf or a wig. So that's just your preference. And I was gonna kind of show you when I got diagnosed. I was really upset about it, and I was like, you know, if I have to have cancer, I'm gonna have beautiful scarves. So I went on the Vestaire, Vestaire is the name of the website, and you type in scarves, and they are on huge discount. So this is my Gucci scarf that I bought. I got diagnosed in the summer, so this is all the summer colors. You know, you just put it. The long ones I cannot cut. I cannot tie by myself. My mom has to help me. It's really difficult, but you just kind of put it on. It will look like this. So I ended up getting the Gucci one. I found a small Dior one, which this one I like because I can put it on by myself. So you just are gonna put it here, and then you're just gonna tie it in a little knot. And on these, my mom sometimes does bows and like to the side and makes it cute. And then I also came across this Chanel one, and they're discounted so much. And I'm not saying you have to get this. I've gotten tons off Amazon. I have so many scarves that match every single outfit. Beautiful patterns, beautiful plain ones. Kind of whatever's in your budget, you're gonna be beautiful. But if you did want something kind of fancy, I would go on that Vestaire collection and look there. And you can look on probably eBay and things like that, because people usually price scarves pretty low because it's not a high demand item. Okay, so let's see. Once you start your treatment, you may start to, I'm sorry, my dogs. You may start to get some mouth sores. Luckily, I only had them for a couple days, but I was told to get the prevention formulated for oncology patients mouth rinse. So I got 2 of these just because I didn't know how bad it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the whole time. I'm sorry, you can hear my dogs barking. I thought it was going to be the whole time, but luckily I only had it for a couple days. They're going to ask you every time you go in, like if you've had diarrhea or if you've been like had an upset stomach, if you were nauseous. They give you pills for all that. You're also going to meet with your pain management doctor. That happened, I think, like the 3rd week of my treatment. And they gave me pain medication, which I hate taking. So I only took it when I was really in pain. And they just want to their job is to make you as comfortable as possible until your cancer journey is over. This is going to last you about 1.5 years. My cancer journey is about 1.5 years. So you'll meet with him and they'll give you the meds. And if they're not working, like what happened to me, I have a different kind of tolerance for painkillers and Advil and stuff like that. So they had to bump me up to the next like bigger drug. I guess that was a little bit more intense, and that did help me. I had nausea pills the whole time. but I never got nauseous. I think I was pretty lucky because most of the girls that were in there, I heard, were pretty nauseous, throwing up, having diarrhea. I don't know why that didn't happen to me, but it didn't. While you're in chemo, you're gonna have probably a navigator, which is kind of like a little therapist maybe. But they know everything in your treatment plan. Like if you don't know what your next day you're coming for an appointment, they will figure it out and come tell you before you leave. They're shoulder to cry on. They are trained in people having cancer and helping them walk through that. I didn't use that too much because I have my own therapist, but they do a wide range of things, and I would really lean on them if you're having a hard time, because just as much as I use them, they were really helpful. Let's see. So you're gonna have that, and then you're gonna have a dietitian come. Okay, so basically they say sugar feeds cancer. So you're gonna need to start eating clean. This has been the hardest thing for me because I am a sugar addict. I'm addicted to sugar, I'm addicted to Cokes. So the first, I would say like 6 months, I did good. Like I lived with my mom, and we did clean eating. We ate everything clean. If I wanted a snack, it was the peanut butter and apples, like for something sweet. We were really strict about that. And then I kind of started ordering crumble cookies and bought Cokes to put in the refrigerator, and that's all I wanted to eat. And I gained 10 pounds. And they don't want you to lose weight while you're doing chemo, but they don't want you to gain 10 pounds either because you're supposed to be eating healthy. So your dietitian is going to check in with you. She's going to know your weight, and she's going to talk with you. And she had to talk with me about what's going on. And I'm like, all I want to eat is crumble cookies and Cokes. That's all I want. I don't want to eat anything else. And so we had a long talk about that. And I have gained 10 pounds, and it makes me feel bad. So I already feel bad. I don't want to feel worse. So we threw away the cookies. There's only one Coke in the fridge. We ate clean today. We ate clean this morning. So this is the new chapter of me doing this until hopefully it'll be a lifestyle change, but at least through the end of cancer. Okay, so after you're doing your chemo, you're gonna meet with your plastic surgeon, and he's gonna explain to you that they're gonna put in an expander, and which basically like stretches the skin. So they're gonna put that in, and every time you go, he's gonna put a big syringe of, I don't know what it is, like water, it's not water, saline solution maybe, and they're gonna fill it up. And you're gonna go probably like, I think I went 4 or 5 times, and he filled me up every time until they got where they looked even. And then he told me that when he's going in to fix it at the end, when he's going in to like revise and actually put the breast implant in, that he's also gonna raise this breast to make sure that they are even and as symmetrical and close together as possible. And I found out a fun fact that they will let you further down the road if you have an issue with like this one sagging, your insurance will cover to have it fixed down the road, which I thought was amazing. I'm going to tell you a couple things that they didn't tell me that I wish I would have known from the beginning. Number one, they don't want you wearing fake nails at all because of bacteria. Number two, I usually use red light therapy. I would go sit in the sauna and I would use it on my face. I had to stop doing that. And what else did I have to stop doing? Oh, I wanted to get like a peel on my face. They told me I couldn't do that. They did let me get Botox, which at the very beginning, which is worn off. They did let me get Botox. But my doctors never told me anything about the rinse. They never told me anything about like, I don't know, any little hacks. Like I had to ask these questions. They weren't told to me, which kind of upsets me because I feel like I've never had cancer before and you need to give me all the information. It's going to be very overwhelming at first because they're throwing all these different doctors at you. So once you get your breast filled completely, you are going to have already stopped chemo, and when it's filled completely, you're going to go meet with your person that's going to be your radiologist, and she's going to sit down and they're going to make a plan. She goes over all your information, and they're going to make a plan as to what they're going to do as far as radiation goes, how many treatments you're going to have, where you're going to have it, things like that. So I went back like a week later, and they did like a trial run, and you, at least for me, you put like, maybe if you had it in both breasts, you probably put both hands up. I put one hand up and hold a bar. I turn my face all the way this way, and they're doing radiation from here down and under my armpit, because I had 4 lymph nodes that were affected that had to be taken out. So my surgery went great, but they did take those out, and the cancer that was in my boob, they tested it. They tested the my, what am I trying to say? My like inside of the, what she got out of my boob, and they tested it to make sure there was no more cancer. There was no more cancer. So that's great. So you're gonna go to your radiologist, and you're gonna have like a trial run, and that's when you come in and you just lay there, and they make marks with like this kind of a marker that does not come off. I thought it was gonna come off in the shower, and I've been doing it forever and it doesn't come off. With some stickers. Your stickers might fall off, they'll put more on you. And that just guides them to where the radiation needs to go. Now, something else they didn't tell me, during radiation, if you're doing it on your breast, it's usually from here to here, so you can get what they call a sunburn. So it can cause burning anywhere through here. It looks kind of like a sunburn. Sometimes it looks like a rash. And the only thing I've been scared of is my esophagus being affected, because some people do have their esophagus that gets burned, and it's hard for them to eat and things like that. So I'm hoping I don't do that. Let me go back really quick to the chemotherapy and let you know, the second half of your chemotherapy, you're gonna have to use these, you don't have to, but you use these are hands, your hands go in here, and then your feet go in here. They're frozen. You keep them frozen. You bring them with you to your appointment frozen, and after your treatment, they will put those on you, and it'll be frozen. That's to keep neuropathy from your hands and your feet. Luckily, I didn't get that. I was religious about doing that. I was, they also have something called cold capping that you can do. It's pretty expensive, and most of the people that I've seen or know that have done it still lose a lot of their hair, so it kind of wasn't worth it in the end. But if you want to do that, you can look into that. It's called cold capping. And then during your radiation, some of your side effects could be you get really dry mouth. So the best mints I found for that are called Flint's mints. I got the cotton candy big size, because you're gonna get dry mouth probably. I do. So I keep these with me. And you're gonna go in for your treatments. It takes probably 20 minutes. They're gonna make you hold your breath, and they're gonna like move the machine all the way around you, and then let you take your breath out. And I think I counted, they do it 11 times. And it's like, you feel like you're gonna pass out, because like you're like holding your breath for so long. But my doctor did not tell me anything about needing these. I saw a lot of girls that didn't have them, but they didn't tell me that. And another thing they didn't tell me that I learned on my own is whatever side of the whatever breast you have that has cancer. So mine is my right side. No longer do you let them draw blood from here, put the cuff here, put the temperature monitor here, our pulse monitor here. Nothing needs to be done on the side of your breast because you can get what's called lymphedema. My friend got that, and she's having to really go to a lot of appointments and try to work out not having that. It's basically like clumps of like almost like fat, so it like disfigures you. So I am very, and I usually do my right arm, and I go to a lot of doctors, so now I have to consciously remember left arm. Usually my mom's with me, so she always is on the lookout and make sure I do it right, but I'm getting used to doing the left arm because I don't want to get lymphedema. What else was I going to tell you? So then after that, you're going to start, after your chemo is done, your round of chemo, which is like 6 months, and you start your radiation. You're also going to start going, I go every 3 weeks, and I get a drug called Keytruda put in my body. This just makes sure that everything, all the cancer is actually killed, because there could be a little microscopic thing they didn't see, and it could still be a cancer cell. And so they just want to make sure with the radiation and with the Keytruda that there's none left, no cancer left in your body. And then when you have, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. When you have your breast surgery, I recommend you get one of these pillows. I think I typed in breast surgery pillow. It goes around you like this. Okay, I have 2 dogs that walk on top of me. This saved me and my boob, my freshly cut on boob. It saved me from their pressure. Also, I wore this in the car and put the seatbelt over it, so the seatbelt didn't touch my breasts at all. I was telling people about this in the cancer room or in the room, and a lot of people didn't even know about this. So I would say that's a lifesaver, honestly. To get a little graphic, because I wasn't quite sure what it would look like, is they basically just cut you from here to here and they stitch it up. I immediately started using my Moderna and scar strips on it to try to make it look better. But then I realized there's no point, because they're going to go back in here and put the breast implant here, and you can't use that while you're doing radiation. And then during your radiation, something else they didn't tell me until I asked about it, because a friend told me, they're going to give you like a medicated medicine that you put on in the morning, and then you're going to go do your appointment, and you're going to put Aquaphor. I mean, I put it from here to here, all the way under my armpit, and I slather myself. I got the jar. You need the jar of Aquaphor, and you're just going to put it all over here. And what I do is I have button-up pajamas, and I just take this arm out, and I just kind of sit with this all open until it dries. And then at night before you go to sleep, you're going to put the medicated lotion on again. I do it from here all the way basically to here, all over here. You go all the way to the chest wall. So that's a good thing to know. The Aquaphor is going to help. And this is all to prevent you getting the rash or the burning. Today was the first time I felt like a little tingly afterwards, and it's only my 3rd treatment, but I hadn't gotten the medicated ointment yet. I have it now, so I'll start using it, so hopefully that will help. But I did feel a little like tingly. It didn't hurt, but it was just kind of like, ooh. They say it kind of maybe feels like a sunburn. So let me see if I can think of any other tips. They have a lot of support systems. I am different. I don't want to go and talk with other cancer victims or people that have cancer, because I just don't want to talk about it. I don't really talk about it with anyone other than my mom. It's just something I'm going through. It doesn't define who I am, and so I really don't want to talk about it. You know, if you need this support, please do it. Please get a therapist. I have a therapist that I see, and we do talk about things, and he is my support system as well as my mom. I will tell you about a phenomenon that I've learned about. I don't know if this happens with everybody, but when you first get diagnosed with cancer and people find out, They're gonna be coming to the house, bringing food, calling you, texting you. I've got some care packages. Like I got flowers like 6 times. Everyone is really supportive. When you're done with your breast being cut on and you're at the end part of your treatment, people start to like kind of fall off. And I don't know if that phenomenon is like they don't know what to talk to you about and they don't want to like trigger you, or if they've just moved on with their lives and this isn't something top of mind to them. So if you kind of get in that situation, don't feel bad or like your friends don't want to talk to you, but a lot of people are really don't know what to say. And so I've had that experience and I got upset about it, but I talked to my therapist and it's just kind of something that happens. So now I reach out more and I just say I'm fine with my cancer, and then we can do other things. We can go to lunch, we can do things. I get up every morning and put on makeup because I want to feel like my old self again. I want to feel pretty. And you're beautiful. You still can be beautiful with cancer. The first couple weeks I didn't put any makeup on. I kind of like wore like just crappy clothes. I was even going up to chemo like that. Like I was just over it. I didn't even care. Now I get dressed to go to chemo. I do my makeup. I have this YouTube channel that I do makeup tutorials on because I just want all you girls to feel like you can still be beautiful even though you have cancer. Hair doesn't define you. When my first wig I bought, it's kind of funny. I bought a pink wig, and the only time I've worn it is to my therapist's office the first week after I got cancer. And we laughed and laughed and laughed about it. And it's still in my room. It's hilarious. But that was kind of a waste of money because I didn't wear it anywhere else. I bought 3 wigs. I have a long reddish wig because in the winter I do my hair red. And then in the summer I have my hair blonde, and I bought 2 blonde wigs. One is like to here and one is like to here. Wigshi is a good company to go for. You are going to spend a lot of money on hair, good hair. So what I would say is save your money up and buy one quality piece and wear that instead of buying lots of different wigs that are of a cheaper quality. Because I know you can tell sometimes it kind of looks plasticky, and if that's all you can do it, rock it, look great with it. But if you can take some money aside and kind of save up to get a nice wig, I would do that. I don't wear my wigs a lot. They're really hot. I live in the South. I wear them to church, and then if I'm going to dinner, I'm going to be around people and I don't want to just have a scarf on. I want to be a little bit more elevated. I'll put my hair on. And the first couple of times I wore my hair, I asked everyone, like, can you tell this is fake? Can you tell this is fake? Like, I would ask the lady at the restaurant, like, can you tell this is fake? The hostess, can you tell this is fake? Like, I just need a lot of reassurance. And everyone told me they couldn't tell. There's some really good wig tutorials out there. I got the Got To Be glue, and the squishy tube, and you just kind of put it right out here. You put your wig on. You're gonna cut the edges of the lace. You do like a zigzag. You can look this up. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I was really worried I was gonna ruin my whole wig, but you get pretty good at it. And one thing I would suggest, they sell these little bands that have a clear part here, and it kind of just, you're gonna glue that down, and it just ensures that your wig is not gonna come off, because that was my first feeling. It's like, oh my God, my wig is gonna fall off and everybody's gonna know I have a wig on. I had a wig on. But using one of those little headband things is really helpful for me. It makes me feel more secure. I've done it before without it, and I feel more secure with it. So that's all I can really think of now. If anyone has any questions, let's talk in the comments below. I'm gonna link this stuff for you. Most of this stuff, I got these from the company, but most of this stuff I got off Amazon. All this I got off Amazon. And you are going to need, one other thing you are going to need for surgery is they don't want you to wear for months anything with underwire. And you order, they'll give you a bra when you do your surgery, but it's like really kind of crappy. So I ordered a couple from Amazon that all button in the front, and they're just easy to take on and off. You don't want anything to take over your head while your muscles are recovering, because your muscles have been basically torn up. And it took, they said 4 to 6 weeks for you to recover. It took me the full 6 weeks until I could do stuff with my arm all the way that didn't feel like I was straining or anything like that. So just be prepared for that, 4 to 6 weeks. And if you're telling your employer, I would err on the side of 6 weeks. And if you can come back early, come back early. But that's what I would do. That's just what I would do. So I hope this helped anybody that has just been diagnosed with cancer or is going through cancer or kind of just wants to know the in and outs. If you have a family member going through cancer, just be there for them. Be a sounding board. You know, like my family makes fun of me because my hair was completely bald and it started to come back now, and I think it's coming back a little bit gray. Oh, I use Nutrafol. I take those supplements. I can link that. And then I also use minoxidil on my hair. I spray it and I have a scrubber brush and I massage it into my head. I do that 2 or 3 times a day. And I also have Fable and Mane from Sephora shampoo and conditioner, and I use that. It promotes hair growth. So I don't know if it's really helping my hair grow faster, but my hair is starting to grow pretty fast. And so, you know, I think maybe some of the stuff I'm using is helping. But if you can't afford that, or if it's something you're not interested in, don't worry about it. Your hair is still gonna come back. But I just want my process to be sped up. So yeah, let's have a conversation in the comments. I'm gonna try to pin everything down there, list it in the box, and you know, we can do this. We're warriors, we're strong, and this is just a bump in the road for us. And you know, in a year and a half, you're gonna be back to your normal, regular life, and you're not gonna have to doing this every day. And I don't know if I told you, but radiation is every day. But that's just one little tidbit I don't know if I said. So I just want to say thank y'all for watching, and let's beat this cancer. We can do it. You can be beautiful and feel strong and be happy. You're allowed to have your times where you feel shitty and cry. You can say, why me? Why did this happen? You can have those moments, but make sure after those moments, you move on with life and you continue on, you know, how you normally would. All right, guys, thanks so much. I hope that helped a little bit. Thanks, Cancer Sisters.